Is Nebraska's 2026 recruiting class actually struggling? Let's talk about it because that's the perception around the fan base right now. According to every single recruiting site, the Huskers don't even have a top 50 class in America with only 4 total commits. So in today's video, I'm going to give you this big time update. Are we actually struggling? What is this recruiting class going to look like? What's going on behind the scenes? Who's next to commit? And so much more. So really quick, loaded recruiting update. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Really quick, if you support the channel, please. Takes 2 seconds. Hit that subscribe button. Best family here on Husker YouTube of over 10,000 strong. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's have a conversation because I get this question almost every single day. A lot of Nebraska fans believe that our 2026 recruiting class is going to be very bad for whatever reason. Of course, as it stands, according to 24/7 Sports, we only have the 57th best class in America with only 4 total commits. We have CJ Brana, who we know how legit he is. He's a borderline 5-star. He runs a 4.3 40 time, but he's potentially on flip watch. He might not be a Nebraska Cornhusker by the end of the summer. Okay. And then you have 3-star prospects in Davion Bonwell-Whitty, who's a project wide receiver who he might flip too because the coaching staff might mutually part ways with him. We talked about that. You have Jace Rundle too. The coaching staff likes, but he's a very raw player. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not a big Jace Reynolds believer. And then you have Dane Raiola, who a lot of Nebraska fans believe the only reason he's committed to the Huskers is because of that family connection with, of course, Donovan, Dominic, and, of course, his brother Dylan. So as it stands, I mean, objectively, the recruiting class isn't great. Like, CJ is great, obviously. I love CJ Brana's game. But the other 3 guys here, they have a lot to prove. So is this actually going to be a good recruiting class? The answer is yes. The answer is Nebraska's recruiting class is going to be very good. Okay, so I would not worry. If Nebraska's class looks like this by the end of June, by the end of July, yes, you can be concerned. You can absolutely be concerned about where it stands. But I want to set the framework for you. It's going to be a small class for Nebraska. Okay, with the roster limit, with the transfer portal going on, there's a lot of uncertainty. We're only expected to land, I'd say, around 15 to 20 prospects this entire class. Okay, so that's what I'll start with. But here's what I'm going to end with. Of all of the remaining Nebraska targets, I think we're only going to land 4 stars, if not very high 3-star prospects. I mean, let's just go through it. Running back position. Who are we going after? Who do we have a really good chance to land? I'd say 3 guys. Okay, you have Devin Walker coming out of Missouri, who's a 4-star running back. Nebraska leader in the clubhouse right now. You have Brian Bonner out of California, who's a 4-star top 100 running back. Nebraska arguably the favorite along with Michigan, Washington, Notre Dame in there. And then you got one other guy coming in from North Carolina, Jamal Rule, who's a borderline 4-star running back. So you're going to land a 4-star in the running back room. The wide receivers, you might land 4-star wide receivers in Jabari Brady, Ryan Mozee. You got Nasir Rankin in there. You got Jaden Warren in there. You're feeling great about the tight end position. You're feeling great about the O-line. The D-line's a big question mark. Obviously, Titan Davis is visiting, who's a 4-star defensive lineman. You got to land him. You got to land Valdon Sony. There's a lot of questions around whether Terry Bratton's a good recruiter or not. I'll give him that. That is a concern. That is a concern. But I'll say this about the entire class. Like, if you look, I'll just pull this up for you guys. Let's look at the guys who've scheduled official visits for Nebraska. Let's just look through these players. If in my opinion, if you schedule an official visit, you're legit considering Nebraska. Nebraska's in your top 3. Okay, look at these prospects. Should you be worried about Nebraska's class when you see these prospects? You have Brian Bonner, CJ Brana, Jontavius Wyman. I don't know if he's coming anymore. Heimel from Arizona is a 4-star corner. Cameron Wilson, who I'm very high on. Hayden Ashworth on the offensive line. Like, this is a good opening weekend. Okay. Then our second recruiting weekend. Titan Davis, elite defensive lineman. Jacory Smith, elite linebacker. Deacon Smith, who's a 4-star offensive lineman. You have Dominic Turnbull, who's a good corner. And then your final recruiting weekend, arguably your biggest. You got Kaya Puma, who's a 4-star tackle. You got Ryan Mozee, who is a 4-star wide receiver. I don't know why they say him as a 3-star. You got Devin Walker as a 4-star running back. Again, I would be a lot more concerned if all of these guys weren't coming on campus. And this doesn't even include a lot of big names like Valdon Sony, who's going to come. This doesn't include a guy, like a Devin Jackson, who's a 4-star safety. So there's a lot of more big-time players who are going to visit who are unexpected. So I still have to say this. I'm not worried about Nebraska's class as it stands. I'm just not. And I know some of you guys are because a lot of people don't follow recruiting as closely as maybe I do. not to pat myself on the back, but this is just how recruiting works, guys. Like, you don't really historically see a lot of movement until the summer when all these official visits go down. So again, if we're sitting here in a month and Nebraska's class still sucks and we still only have 3-star prospects, I'll be the first to hit that alarm button, okay? To ring the alarm bell. But that's just not the way it's going to be. I think Nebraska's going to land a top 20 class because we're going to land a 4-star running back, if not 2. We're going to land multiple 4-star wide receivers. We're going to land a 4-star tight end in there. We're going to land a good O-line class. We're going to have a great DB class. That's something I'm hyped up about. The linebacker class, we're going to flip Jordan Campbell likely, who was not included in that list. We're going to probably get Jacory Smith in there. The D-line class is a question mark, but I was still about to say this. To the people who are saying, oh, this class is terrible, is this staff even recruiting? What are you talking about? We're going to be fine. I think it's going to be a really, really productive class. It's going to be a smaller class for Nebraska. Just be prepared. But quality over quantity. That's something that coaching staff preaches, and you're going to see that in full display. So, all right, guys, that's my thoughts on Nebraska's 2026 class. Just want to make this video because I get a lot of questions about it. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you're thinking. Let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, good be great. Go Matt Rule. See you in the next one.